Hey guys, what's up? It's Jory Gaming here. Welcome back to another CSGO commentary where the gameplay is crappy and the commentary is snappy. Here we go, guys. We got a very big topic that has been literally taking over the United States and swallowing it whole for the past couple of weeks, and that is hurricanes. Hurricanes have been taking over our entire southeast of the United States, and we're here to talk about it today. But that is not the only natural disaster that is happening here in our nation, right? We have forest up in Spokane. You know, we got forest in Missoula, Oregon, Northern California. It's just flooding the Pacific Northwest. We're under a blaze right now. I'm feeling it. Everyone in the Pacific Northwest is feeling it. But let's get right into the CSGO commentary. Alrighty, guys, so most of you guys know about Hurricane Harvey that recently just hit Texas, primarily Texas and Louisiana. That hurricane was devastating. Honestly, I've seen videos of them. It was honestly devastating. You know, the cameras on TV, they just don't do it justice. Like, it's not up in action and they're not in the water. They're just, you know, it's not the best. There's many people, you know, building charities, doing a lot of work for the people who are victims of Hurricane Harvey. But we're going to add to that total. We're going to add to that debt. We're going to add to the casualties, guys. Hurricane Irma is right behind it, literally hitting the Florida Keys right now, Bahamas, all those little, you know, Caribbean, Eastern Caribbean islands. They're getting hit right now as I am talking. And behind Irma is Hurricane Jose, guys. No, I am not joking. Hurricane Jose literally trying to come in right behind Irma. I'm not quite sure what is happening with hurricanes right now, but the Atlantic is just getting hit so hard right now, guys, and it's devastating. It's honestly devastating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a charity link, not my link, but somebody else's link in the description below, so you guys can donate to the cause and to all the victims who have been affected by this, and to all the families that, you know, need help repairing their homes and water damage and all the damage that has been dealt with by the hurricane. I want you guys to donate at least $1 if you guys can. It really helps out. But we're going to talk about Hurricane Harvey today, and then we're going to talk about, you know, Hurricane Irma and Jose a little bit later. But Hurricane Harvey right now, guys, is currently ending. It actually ended 5 days ago as I'm recording this. And what basically it is, it was a hurricane that started, like, I think August 25th of 2017. So pretty recent, right? And it ended September 2nd, 2017. So, and it's literally an 8-day hurricane. And, you know, the first couple of days it didn't, you know, it was just flooding, you know, lots of rain, you know, that's typical. But, you know, water was still flooding in, you know, dams broke. There was actually a school shooting in Texas, and I don't know why somebody was shooting up a school where hostages were taking over the school, where people, victims actually were, you know, being held hostage there. So it was crazy, guys. I actually watched that in one of Jake Paul's vlogs. He had heard that on, like, one of the apps that is sent out to everyone who wants the help, the hurricane, and he was one of the guys that did. So he put that in the vlog, and that's how I know. Anyways, literally, Irma, we're gonna take a little tangent, but Irma currently hitting the Florida Keys as I speak, and it's devastating, right? Every natural disaster is devastating. You never want it to happen, but you can't predict it. Well, you can predict it, but you can't prevent it, right? But anyways, here's a little fun fact, kind of, you know, to lighten up the mood. So Disney World is still open as of Thursday, September 7th, right? This is today as I'm recording this, and I'm kind of surprised because it's in Orlando. I think Orlando's on the east side, upper Fort Lauderdale, you know, all those cities. I think it's north of that. I'm not quite sure. I think it's more, you know, coastal. But Universal Orlando, SeaWorld, and Walt Disney World all on emergency protocol. This is a huge thing for the entire, you know, amusement park brand, I guess. I don't know how to say that anywhere else, any way else, but it's they're under emergency protocol right now, guys, and that makes sense. There was a hurricane after them, But Disney World actually still up as of Thursday, and it's hitting them right now. So we'll wait and see if it actually is, going to be canceled or closed, I should say. But yeah, that's actually really, really odd that Disney World, being so close to, all the other amusement parks and theme parks. It's so weird that is the only one still open as of today, as I'm recording this. But anyways, guys, that was a little tangent. We're going to go back to Hurricane Harvey. So Hurricane Harvey was a Category 3, one of the biggest one after Hurricane Wilma, which happened in October of 2005, which happened 2 months later after Hurricane Katrina. So here's a little thing. It's the biggest Atlantic hurricane to hit the United States, right? Hurricane Katrina was devastating. Right? I don't remember the category, but I think it was a Category 4. But here's the thing. Irma's a number 5. I don't know what Jose is right now because it hasn't hit land. But if you're listening to me right now, Hurricane Katrina was just devastating. New Orleans underwater, literally 5 miles, possibly even 10 miles of just straight water. It was devastating, guys. But Hurricane Wilma, which happened after it, right? That is even worse. That was even a worse hurricane that hit the Atlantic Caribbean area, southeast United States, right? But this one, Hurricane Harvey, actually, oh my gosh, actually bigger than both of them, even Wilma. So Hurricane Katrina came, and we had like this 12-year drought after Wilma, and then Hurricane Harvey came, and it just up the ante for, it just lowered the totem pole for Katrina and Wilma. It was just devastating. So that just makes this that more, sad. And honestly, if you want to donate, please, I not trying to be an advocate for this or, try and beg you, but just to get this awareness out here. And I did a lot of research on this, little snippets of stuff. So the areas affected was actually the USA, obviously, Texas, Belize, Nicaragua, Honduras, Louisiana, Yucatan Peninsula, and the Windward Islands. I forgot. I think I wrote Windward. But it's one of the islands, Wind Islands, I believe. And that's actually really sad. That's multiple countries getting hit in the Caribbean, mostly all the coastal, but I think Texas was one of the first. Louisiana was kind of in the mix. It kind of just hit Texas. Louisiana was getting hit in the southwest. But as the hurricane started circling down, Belize and Nicaragua and Honduras were all getting hit, as well as those islands in the Caribbean. Those were all getting hit. Devastating. Anyways, the fatality, actually 66. I don't know what the average fatality for a hurricane is, but 66 is actually kind of a lot for a hurricane. Mainly it's due to drowning. Mainly it's due to getting caught in your house and water flooding and not having enough food and, maybe just dying of old age. It does happen. Some of those people do make it into the fatality of the hurricane due to health, which does happen. But it does primarily happen of not evacuating in time. And it does happen, honestly. Some people wait trying to pack. They don't think ahead, and then it hits them, and then they're stuck, and then possibly death. But that's actually really sad. 66 fatalities. I would say pretty big for a hurricane like this. Anyways, there's actually... like I said, the prevention fact, it's actually the third costliest Atlantic hurricane. So what that means is what I was telling you, it's the biggest after Wilma, which happened in 2005, which was 12 years ago, right? It's actually less than $70 billion already in damages, right? But to think that 12 years ago, it cost way more. And this is only the third costliest Atlantic hurricane. And primarily the ones that have happened are Katrina and Wilma. Everyone knows Katrina. Now everyone knows Harvey. So imagine that other one that could have cost even possibly second or first, So it does mean that the U.S. and a lot of these coastal regions are really, really going into hurricane prevention, and they are really building their houses, up, because it does happen. A lot of houses are being built up, which actually provides more land for houses. And, when hurricanes, if they do come, they just go right under your house, and your house is primarily safe, right? So that's actually good news. That is the third costliest Atlantic hurricane. But Irma is still coming, and Jose. So we don't know what to expect from Jose yet, but Irma is currently hitting us. in the southeast Florida right now, in the Florida Keys. So just some charity work that has been happening around the world right now. There's actually a football player, plays for the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans have been helping with this because it did hit, near Houston, Texas. It's their home, football state. And J.J. Watt, defensive tackle or end, he's actually already raised $29 million. He only planned on raising a fifth of $1,000,000, so near $250,000 out of that. But he actually raised way more, and I mean way more than that. 29 plus 29 and a half, I believe, almost 30 mil worth of dollars to all the families that have been affected by this from Hurricane Harvey. So also, we have our president. So if you guys, I'm not going to get into big politics, but Donald Trump, he actually signed a bill or something with the Democrats, and a lot of people have been really, angry at him for that, especially on the Republican side, because he is a Republican. They don't mix well. It's like apples and oranges, oil and water. They don't mix very well, right? But he's trying to raise a $7 billion fund, and he's giving $1 million to people in need. And he's already had recipients and people who have reached out and asked for help and, are just, totally devastated and just need the help because their houses are just gone. Their cars are gone. All their family memories possibly gone if they didn't grab them. Social security numbers, ID, those are all gone. Those are big things, guys. Banks, even the worst part about this is some of the banks are underwater. All that money gone, just these devastating amounts of money, surplus, it adds up really quick, guys. But, having those banks down, you can't, do like transactions locally. You're going to have to go to a neighboring city, find an ATM, something like that. But even ATMs, they cost more because they're not a part of your bank, right? So it does affect, the people who are without homes. So it's good that Trump is actually doing this. A lot of people are mad at him for, signing with the Democrats, but guys, it's for a good cause. I want to get this awareness out here. So honestly, I'm supporting Trump on this, and $1 million to a family, honestly, that's life-changing. They can turn that around, make it even 2 mil. And, it's really helpful that he's doing this for our nation, especially in this time of need, especially for the people who have lost a lot. But as I was saying, Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Wilma, right? They came around the same time in 2005, late August and mid-October. So that's about a 2-month, 1.5 month span, right? That's a similar sequence of this, right? We're seeing similar sequences, but this time we have 3 hurricanes in a less amount of time. We've already had Hurricane Harvey start on the 25th of August. Now, literally, like the 6th of September, Wednesday, it's Hurricane Irma hitting the Florida Keys. So when will that end? And then when will Jose end? So we're seeing a trend here. A 12-year drought turned into 3 hurricanes happening in possibly less than a month. And that's honestly, that's like a hurricane a week. That's like a paycheck a week. It's really sad that this happens and whatnot. But guys, we're seeing similar sequences. The earth is, literally the entire United States is in an apocalypse right now. But I really wanted to let you guys know what is happening around the world, especially if you guys didn't know, for all the viewers who are out of country. I specifically live in the Pacific Northwest, so we're under a blaze right now. Missoula, Oregon, Northern California, even some parts of Idaho have been caught on fire, and even the smoke has been spreading everywhere. We're like in an unhealthy state of air quality right now. So it's really bad, guys. And I haven't been outside much due to the smoke that just, appeared one day. And honestly, it was really devastating. I think the air quality as I'm recording this is getting down, but it's not that fast. So we're hoping that the night actually cools off a lot of the air around us and the smoke, rises and whatnot. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave your comments down below of what I should talk about next. I really wanted to talk about hurricanes today, especially because what is happening in the United States right now. It's devastating, guys, and I really wanted to let you guys know what is happening. So make sure to hit that like button as well and subscribe to the nation. We're on our road to 400 subscribers. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. guys, honestly, go donate. Link in the description. It's gonna help out a lot more than you think. It's a really generous act. I'm out.